Welcome back, guys, to my series that I do every single Sunday. Is my camera right? I think so. Anyway, it doesn't matter. My series I do every single Sunday. It's been super paranoid. It's like skew or something, but it doesn't matter. My series I do every single Sunday where I do the Mount Rushmore of a certain category of wrestling. So what I would like you guys to do is go down in the comment section. I just want to make sure my mic is working. I get like super paranoid about these things. I don't want to record an entire video and then my mic wasn't on. What I want you guys to do is go down in the comment section and comment what category of wrestling you want to see me do this video with. And if it's a reasonable suggestion, I promise you I will do that. So just look at which ones I've done already, because I obviously can't do them again, and just let me know what category you want to see me do the Mount Rushmore. And by the way, if you haven't seen this yet, how this video works is I mention a lot of WWE wrestlers from a certain category, and then I at the end list the 3 that must be on the Mount Rushmore, and your job in the comments is to let me know who the 4th should be. So quick caveat, my videos are based on WWE, so this is WWE only. Now there's a couple here that you might question, but I just had to add them. So today's category, we are doing the Mount Rushmore of tag teams. Now WWE has had a very mixed relationship with tag teams. From the Attitude Era, where they're absolutely beloved, to the late 2010s, where we could barely scrap together formal tag teams. It was just all these mixed match tag teams. Now again, what I want you guys to do is let me know in the comment section what you want to see this video series on, and if it's a reasonable one, I absolutely will do it. So tag teams, let's start with the Revival. The Revival, they're throwback to old school tag teams, and their whole thing is based off a tag team that we may or may not speak about later. Next, we've got the Smoking Guns, Billy and Bart Gunn. They were good value for what they were. They were supposed to be cowboys, and I enjoyed them a lot. They were like just before the start of the Attitude Era, slightly into the Attitude Era, and I actually enjoyed the Smoking Guns quite a bit. Then we have the Godwins, 2 of Undertaker's best friends. We have Phineas I. Godwin, which is Pig, and Henry O. Godwin, which is Hog. So this, of course, it's Phineas went on to play Midian, and they also had the tag team Southern Justice. They had the whole Slop Bucket. They were pretty successful in WWE. Next, we've got the Rock and Sock Connection. Now, the reason why they're not on the Mount Rushmore, because together they are absolutely phenomenal. But, I mean, separately they are absolutely phenomenal, but together they weren't like the most successful tag team ever. I mean, they had a tag team championship, but that doesn't necessarily make it the most successful tag team ever. Next, we've got one exactly like that. We've got the Brothers of Destruction. Again, are they absolutely phenomenal? Yes. Are they the tag team caliber? Some of the no, I get so much hate in the comment section for this. Brothers of Destruction, they don't have the same lineage as some of these other tag teams. They were absolutely phenomenal. They were dominant. They were champions. But I do think some of these other guys, they've just got a longer and more established tag run. The ones that's on the Mount Rushmore. By the way, the ones that I mentioned before the actual 3, they're in no specific order. Then we've got the Beverly Brothers. Still probably one of the best tag team finishers I've seen in a very long time. There's 2 more teams that I'm going to mention with best tag team moves ever. Next, we've got the Natural Disasters. Typhoon and Earthquake. Again, solo wrestlers. They were good together. They were good fun. Next, we have the Acolytes. I absolutely love the Acolytes. Farouk, so good. Bradshaw, when they played cards backstage, they had this whole thing where they were always playing cards and people wanted to hire them for the Acolytes Protection Agency. And there was a door in the middle of the backstage area with no walls, but people still had to come through the door, otherwise you weren't. Anyway, you guys get what I'm talking about. Then they obviously split up and JBL became extremely successful. People don't like him, but again, that was his job. He was a heel. Next, we've got Crime Time. They were solid, good fun on TV. We had Shad Gaspard and JTG. Of course, Shad Gaspard, one of the nicest people to have ever lived. Then we've got the world's greatest tag team. So Kurt Angle, when he was feuding with Brock Lesnar, brought these 2 guys in specifically to back him up. And Shelton Benjamin and Brock Lesnar, of course, had their history in Minnesota. Then we have Demolition, Axe and Smash. They, for a long time, had like absolute tag team records. It's just absolutely incredible how long they had the belts. They were obviously a ripoff of Legion of Doom or Road Warriors, but they were still extremely successful. Next, we had Pierre and Jacques, the Quebecers. They had some legendary feuds, so they definitely deserve to be mentioned. Next, we've got the Head Shrinkers. and one of them went on to become Rikishi. So I mean, they were fairly successful as a tag team. Next, we have Powers of Pain, Warlord and the Barbarian. Now, obviously, one of them's got a less than desirable Royal Rumble record, but together as a tag team, pretty solid. Next, we've got the tag team I was referring to when I was speaking about the revival. It's the Brainbusters, On and Tully. Of course, just hard-hitting brutes, just absolute guys that can beat the smoke out of you. Next, we've got the Steiner brothers. Now, it's no secret I'm not a fan of Scott Steiner, but as a tag team, the Steiner brothers were absolutely phenomenal. Also, one of the best tag team finishers that the business has ever seen. Next, we've got the Legion of Doom, Road Warriors. What a rush. I mean, how can you not have them? Just the spiky shoulder pads, just for that entrance alone, they deserve to be on this list. And also one of the most terrifying tag team finishers that I think I've ever seen. Next, we've got the Rockers, who were tag team champions, even though it wasn't acknowledged because of some shenanigans that happened. Next, we've got, again, same vein as Brothers of Destruction, Rock and Sock Connection, the two-man power trip. They absolute Triple H and Stone Cold, legends of the business, but as a tag team, their run was cut short due to injury. Next, we've got the British Bulldogs, Davey Boy Smith and the Dynamite Kid. Wow, I couldn't get to his name now. That's incredible. It's early morning, by the way, when I film these videos. I film it before work, so at the moment it is 7:45. So, of course, fantastic tag team. Then we have the Hart Foundation. I'm specifically speaking about Bret Hart and Jim the Anvil Neidhart. Fantastic tag team again. Now I'm going to mention some that's not really tag teams, but they still deserve mention because they weren't in WWE for very long, but they were such instrumental part of what we see with a tag team we're going to mention later. And that is the fabulous Freebirds. Of course, the Freebirds rule. Now, they were in WWE, but for a very, very short period of time. They were more in the territories, Texas, their feuds with the Von Erichs, but they still deserve a mention just because of the Freebird rule. Then we of course have the New Day, they're not a tag team, they're a faction, but they break off into splinter groups defending the tag team championships as a tag team because of the Freebird rule from the Fabulous Freebirds. By the way, in case you're wondering what the Freebird rule is, that is a rule that if you've got a trio of guys, 3 guys, and they are champions, any combination of 2 can defend the tag team championships. Then we've got the Usos. Of course, they're not a tag team anymore, but I think they might reunite sometime soon. The reason why I didn't include, by the way, they're not on here, the Shield, because they didn't really act as the Freebird rule. They were individual tag teams. You had Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns as a tag team, but they're not included in this. And if you don't like it, it's my list. And let me know if you don't like it. Then the tag teams that absolutely deserve to be on the Mount Rushmore. If you cannot already guess who these 3 are, I don't know how you are a wrestling fan, and I don't know how you made it to 8 minutes into this video. That's the Dudley Boys, the most decorated tag team in the history of tag team wrestling. Then we have Edge and Christian, who of course had memorable feuds with them. They of course had the chair section, the Dudley Boys had the table section, and then we have to mention, my last one on this list is the Hardy Boys. My personal favorite tag team of all time, and this is not a favoritism thing, this is the Hardy Boys, genuinely one of the best tag teams ever. I mean, just the pop they got WrestleMania 33 when they made the comeback. What these 3 teams did for tag team wrestling is absolutely understated. And there we go. That's my Mount Rushmore for WWE tag teams. Let me know who your 4th would be, and also give me some suggestions for ones you want to see. Until next time, peace.